Welcome back and thank you for joining us. Today we turn our attention to a topic that touches every heart of our nation, our veterans and the sacrifices they have made in the service of Nigeria. Now, every year, the country observes Armed Forces Remembrance Day, a solemn occasion set aside to honor the men and women who have dedicated their lives to defending our nation. It is a day to reflect not only on their courage and commitment, but also on the immense sacrifices they have made, leaving behind families facing life-threatening challenges and sometimes paying the ultimate price, all to protect our unity, preserve peace and safeguard the development of our country. Excuse me. From defending our borders to participating in peacekeeping missions abroad, these veterans have stood firm in the face of threats from insurgency and terrorism to communal conflicts, all challenges, that if unchecked, could undermine the very fabric of Nigeria. Yet, despite their invaluable service, questions remain about whether they are sufficiently recognized and appreciated for their efforts. Are the needs of our veterans, whether in healthcare, pensions, or social support, being adequately met? What more can be done to ensure that the nation truly honors their contributions beyond a ceremonial event? This morning, we want to hear from you, our viewers, as we discuss on the topic, national security, are veterans appreciated enough? We want to know what you think about how Nigeria treats those who have given so much for all of us. Is it enough, or is there more that should be done? You can also suggest what Nigeria needs to do to appreciate these patriotic veterans who have been the pillars of peace and progress. Our lines are open. The numbers are displayed on your screen. Feel free to call in and join the conversation. You can also send in your WhatsApp message. Hauwa, when we talk about okay, before I go into that, I want to hear your thoughts concerning, do you think that, veterans are wholly and truly appreciated for their sacrifices and, the service that they have delivered to their country?
In Nigeria?
In Nigeria.
I would say no, to some extent, but let's take our first caller.
Okay, we have a first caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where you are?
Good morning, beautiful angel.
Good morning, Adi. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for calling in, Adi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is a very important topic. I like it. Definitely, they are not rewarded. Even those who are alive, those who are still working, they are not rewarded. Not talk of those who are retired. So, in UK and US, they value them seriously. They call them heroes. But in Nigeria, once they retire, that's the end. Some of them are disabled. Some of them cannot even feed. So, which is a shame to our country. Because when they use you, they dump you. And that's not good enough. But my advice is this to the state government. All those veterans, they retire back to their state and they call them legion. So the state government should look out for something for them to create maybe like a stipend every month. Even if it's like maybe 50,000 naira, they should be giving them every month. And those who can still work among them should be engaged as for security so that they can keep them agile. That's my best advice for the state government, because this has nothing to do. The only thing the federal can do, maybe, I don't know, to create budget for them, but if not, these people in their states of origin. I remember when I was looking for security in one of my house in my state in Akure. So I went to the Legion office that I'm looking for security, and they gave me 2 people, which I engaged. So they are useful in Oyo State. Even in Oyo State, they license them to carry gun, the legions. So state government should make use of them and give them, those who can't work anymore, then they should be helping them, give them some money, so that they can keep up. And make sure their health are well taken care of, free of charge. anywhere they go to. So the local government and state government should work together and do something. Because they have children, they have families. So that their children will go to school and have a good education. You see, that's my advice. Because they are well looked after here. Over this in diaspora, in general, they are well looked after. So they should be well looked after in Nigeria. And the Senator and the House of Reps, National Assembly, should pass a law about what I'm saying now, that every local government, state government should look after them, not once in a year. You see? So it's not okay. I saw one on TV last week on another channel. You see the man's hand. My goodness. It was sprayed with bullets during the Biafra war. I feel sorry for the man. So they should do something. And that is how God will answer our prayer in Nigeria. God will take care of our old people. God bless Nigeria. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Ade.
Thank you very much
and joining the conversation. Hauwa?
No, Maimuna, adding to that, there are lots of things that we take lightly in this country, and one of the things that is not supposed to be taken lightly is those that have served in the armed forces, those that have put their lives in danger, put their lives on the forefront, and all they know is that life. After service, there's supposed to be something tangible for them to be able to continue to reintegrate into society and be, constructive as well in society.
Absolutely. But we have Shatima Yakudima on the line. Hello, good morning, Shatima. Thank you for calling in.
Good morning, Maimuna. Good morning, Hauwa. Good morning, Trust TV family. Good morning, Abuja. Good morning, Maiduguri. This is Shatima Yakudima calling from Maiduguri.
Good morning, Shatima. Go ahead, your thoughts.
Morning. Thank you. Honestly speaking, these people, as Ade was saying, they are even more than heroes. If there is any name that you can call them, you can call them with it. Because they have made their own sacrifices. Honestly, even in the time, I appreciate them more when during when there was a plot in Maiduguri. You will be surprised how they sacrificed their life, going north and chronic, saving people with their own vehicle. Behind my house, there was a river called, Lagos Street Bridge. So they stationed there, maybe more than 3 weeks. They are there with their boat. Whenever they see corpse, they remove it from the river. So this is sacrifice, and we really appreciate. Honestly speaking, as Ade was recommending, but the issue is our governors and our political office holders. With them and the money, they are just like, like magnet and iron. By the time they grab, it's hardly for them to release. But in substitute of that, I may recommend it that they should temper justice with mercy to give these our retired soldiers a pre-medical services wherever they go. Even in the comprehensive health center that we have in the villages or in the local government, even in the state specialist hospitals, and even in the teaching hospitals that we have, once if they go, they should receive pre-medical service. That's my recommendation. Honestly speaking, there is nothing we can pay them with it, unless we say thanks to them. May Allah give them sound health to continue with their deal. Even they have retired, they still have things to offer. If at all, government will be consulting them time to time. Even now, in the time of this crisis, if at all they have been called, they have things to offer. The experience is there. They know so many things that the youngest one they don't know. If at all they have been consulting time to time, they have a lot of things, honestly speaking. So we are hoping and praying. And it's a shame for government of Nigeria. Somebody who has sacrificed his life, you go to the war front, you engage him here, there, up to the retirement age, and he have to come out carrying plaques, demonstrating, for his entitlement. It's very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. These people, the only thing that we can tell them is, may Allah pay them. May Allah pay them with his best reward. That's the only thing that we can say. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you, Shatima.
Thank you very much
for calling in and joining the conversation. Please
now,
go ahead.
Looking at appreciation for these veterans, it is very, very important. You would see that in other places, like Nigeria, they get a leeway when it comes to a lot of things, just like our callers mentioned, when it comes to free healthcare. At least, even if it's not free, let it be subsidized. When it comes to, buying things outside, grocery shopping, going to the restaurant, they get subsidized, prices as well. When using public transportation, they get in free or subsidized as well. When it comes to housing, when it comes to their welfare, at least they should be taken care of.
Absolutely. We have Abasinkong on the line. Good morning, Abasinkong. Thank you for calling in this morning.
Good morning, two beautiful ladies of God. This is a calling from Washington. I'm telling you, trust TV, you are doing a wonderful job. May Allah see you in His mercy. Yes, Shatima has spoken everything that is in my mind. Wonderful speaker, proactive man, positive man. Yes, you see, the government has failed. Those that have retired, they have a role to play in security. There are a lot of them that have the basic prerequisites that those in service do not have. Look at when they retire the chief of army staff. That man has the embodiment of what it takes to put the security architecture of this country online. But they just retired him when he has a lot of things to offer. Many of us here, we have what it takes to put the security back on ground. But what is happening? They will not even ask for us. Personally myself, I don't think they should pay me. Let me profile the solution and see whether Boko Haram will exist. And see what... look at Tunde Idiagbon. Look at what Tunde Idiagbon did when he was in power. British, they brought their submarine to this country. And they were announcing that their submarine was in the shore of this country. And what did the man do? He arrested the pilot. The captain, sorry. He arrested the captain. And he collected the compass. And he now told them, where is the compass to that submarine? They were perplexed. Security needs wisdom. It's not something you go to school and learn. It is wisdom. Insight to wisdom, not knowledge. Not coming to on the television and talking blah, blah, blah. That is not security. That is not security. And let me also add another one. The same Tunde Idiagbon, Umar Odiko, a notorious thief in this country that stole our money. What did he do? He went and carried him in prison. At the airport, he was almost entering this country. He took all the protocols in London. And that was why those people said, no, we cannot allow this man. That was when he was overthrown. If we had had Tunde Idiagbon, the security architecture of this country would have been online. Until we go back to the drawing board and ask ourselves, where did we leave it all? There are a lot of information that most of us have that we can give to proper solutions. But are they asking us? No. This Boko Haram issue is just very small thing that you give the information and they will be teaching them like this. But why are they not proactive? AI is not only the AI that we must be wasting our money. Non-kinetic is the basic. Not kinetic. Non-kinetic. People on ground. I don't want to expose most of those things. Non-kinetic is the basic issue. Thank you, Trust TV. I appreciate this television, a wonderful television. God bless you for giving me the privilege to always air my view, giving Chetima the privilege and every other caller, and Ade from London. I appreciate you. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Abasinko,
very
for
much,
calling in and
Abasinko,
joining
for
the
that.
conversation. Hauwa, just to add to what you have said, I like the fact that, you acknowledged that, our veterans are being appreciated based on the sacrifices they have rendered for their country, yes, but by words. And you have, largely explained these things. But then, to add, appreciation goes beyond, just words and symbols, just like you rightly said. We need to see actions.
Absolutely.
And you rightly mentioned timely payment of pensions, their arrears, access to quality health care. We have a lot of our veterans that have been, that have bad health ailment. And still yet, they have to fend for themselves. They have to take out money from the little that they get every month to, make sure that they are healthy. Now, these are things that the country is supposed to do for them based on the services they have rendered for their country. But then the case remains a different one. We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning. My name is Kasim. Abuja.
Thank you for calling in. Please go ahead. Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, the topic is an interesting topic about the veterans. The speaker also is a veteran. But it's very unfortunate that the Nigerian government cannot serious about security. It is one thing, the security in the radio. It's another thing to do what security is all about. The veterans are the victim of every government in Nigeria. We are used and dumb. Most of us have in the various operations outside the country, and some of us are retired, but with a lot of frustration. Nothing to write home about. You waste your useful time to start the nation. At the end of the day, nothing is being given for you to take care of yourself. The government entirely are not encouraging the veterans. Even the serving ones are not being encouraged. We don't know whether to thank our God for serving the nation or to look elsewhere, because frustration is the order of the day within the service, even the serving one. The policy has taken place. It is all about politics. The incident is not something to write home about. If the Nigerian government is serious, the insurgency could be a story now. But what is happening, the more you look, the less you understand. The God help our country. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts. However, another thing that people don't really talk about is the fact that when these veterans retire, reintegrating into the society is a bit hard for them, because they are used to the military life. What programs are in place, for them to get the skill acquisition and easy transition and what have you? So structurally, the appreciation, the volume of appreciation from the country to these retired veterans, and even the one in service, like, our last caller rightly stated, it's poor. Here that last year we saw, not even last year, as the year goes by, we do see protests from these retired veterans.
That was what I was going to point out. It is quite
calling
sad
out for the payment
to
of their
see
pension.
that they would have to go out on the streets, calling out the government to make sure that they fulfill what is right, what they are owed at the end of the day. So if that in particular is not being done, how are other things meant to be done? Their entitlements are not being pushed forward towards them.
Absolutely. And then for those that have lost their lives, leaving family members and relatives, how is the structure designed to, cater for their needs? Because the families are not meant to suffer because they have lost their loved ones due to, delivering their service to their country. I mean, it's a whole lot. But then the care for these veterans should be a topmost priority for the government. But then we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
All right, we lost the caller. Make sure you call us back. And we're still on the matter of national sacrifice. Are veterans appreciated enough? Call us in or send us a WhatsApp message. We'd like to hear from you, your thoughts and opinions right here on Daybreak.
Absolutely.
Now, looking at it, Maimuna, having to be able to provide for veterans at the end of the day, when someone has served in the armed forces, you know that all they know is service, all they know is giving back to the country. How hard is it for the country to give back to those that have served, put their lives on the line for the country and for the people of the country as well? Because at the end of the day, they are pillars of peace and progress for Nigeria. And it's quite important making sure that they know that they are valued as well. Because during times that they've served the country, they put everything on the line,
including, you know, their life,
their family, everything, because they would have to be away from that as well, their health. What are we talking about? Their life. That is utmost. But let's take our next caller.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Muzammil. I'm calling from Kiyawa.
Thank you for calling in. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so my contribution regarding our veterans, it has to be a continuous services. While they are in service, the government needs to create special avenue for them towards their life after retirement and beyond. Because other government agencies, how they normally do is that they do pre-retirement awareness campaign for them, how to utilize their time, how to spend their resources, how to relate with people and stuff like that. But for the veterans, they are completely isolated. What they know is security war. Post-retirement is going to be deadly for them. And then coupled with the services or the support, like their entitlement, the pension, the money that is meant to be paid to the late veteran family, all these are there and are the compounding issues that led to the continuous loss of life of our veteran and their family members, because they really lack support from government, and government needs to do a lot, and the society needs to give them that moral support. I can see some communities will hire some of the retired veterans to come and give their services, like large estates. They will be the chairman of the area, or if they decide to create their own private security, so they will come and man those positions so that they utilize their expertise very well. At least they will not feel lonely after retirement. So that's what I think community and as well as government should do even before the retirement.
Thank you for calling in and joining the conversation, and also, you know, giving us some words of, should I say, some word of advice to the federal government on how they can be able to restructure the system to fit in these veterans and make sure that they are being taken care of. But then we're still having this conversation. Would take some WhatsApp message now? Hauwa, we have some couple of WhatsApp message. I'll take this one from Osman Santuraki, Betty from Jamaica. Yola. And it says, good morning, Hauwa, Kiyawa and Maimuna Bagudu. This beautiful Thursday morning. National sacrifice. Our veterans appreciated. To this, I take today to that our veterans, starting from those who laid down the foundation for Nigerian nationhood, were not really appreciated for their efforts in building virile nation, despite the differences in tribes, cultures, and religion. Our founding fathers sacrificed their comfort and showed disdain for accumulation of ill-gotten wealth, as most of them, like Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Sir Ahmadu Bello, and so many others from the southwest and southeast, died with only a house and no fat accounts in the bank. Even our veterans who fought the civil war to keep the country one united of the component parts more most were not appreciated because of the way they were treated in the payment of their entitlements. In a nutshell, our veterans or founding fathers are not appreciated. Thanks and remain blessed. Thank you, Usman Santuraki Betty, for sending in that WhatsApp message. I think we have another caller on the line. No,
I believe we're taking another WhatsApp message, and this is from Ibrahim Pocher, and he says, "Good morning, Trust TV. It is a good thing to celebrate our army. Regarding the state governors, I don't think they are at fault. It is only the federal government that has the jurisdiction to give orders. Governors can only support security personnel by providing logistics to assist them in carrying out their duties." Thank you very much, Ibrahim Pocher, for that clarification.
All right, let's take another WhatsApp message. We
have a caller on the line.
Hi, hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Kiyawa. My name is Akash.
Please go ahead.
My contribution is that I don't know why the federal government are blocking. I know all things about administration is borrowing. They borrow administration from America and they cannot integrate it how it's supposed to be. Like this week now, I'm a retired police officer. I've served for 35 years. My graduation, they came and give me 1.5. Well, I have 5 children. 2 are in university. And unfortunately, that 1.5 cannot make me to even pay the school is all in the rest. That's how when we are protesting the protection, they say, they are going to pay us not to refund us our money. We thank God for tinubu that has come. He has paid us more allowances to repair our houses. If not so, the federal government of Nigeria, they are very poor in administration. They are more administration and they can't implement it how it's supposed to be as they have been in America or British, where we have been colonized one.
All right, thank you for calling in and joining the conversation. Thank you for joining in and for calling in.
I believe there's another WhatsApp message. And this message is from Adamu Muhammad Usman from Kafang Hausa in Jigawa State. And he says, "Good morning, Nigerians, Trust family, and morning our heroes. When you made mention of this topic, Maimuna, tears run down on my cheek because I remember how the veterans sacrificed their lives to defend, protect, and save the country. Thanks to them. To me, it's like they are not appreciated to a certain level. The government should reciprocate by paying their entitlements when due and on time. Also, they should be appreciated by giving them or their families some benefits like scholarship, free medical care, and lifting off their taxes. Also, some of them who are still strong and they can offer something to the society, they should be given an opportunity in government to serve as in contract or casual workers. Also, presidency and state governors should be given them appointments to take part in politics, especially at security areas. May Allah reward them. Thank you very much, Adamu Muhammad, for that.
Thank you to everyone who called in on our phone-in segment to lend their voice on the conversation that we've had as we celebrate the Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Let's not forget that today goes, or rather the celebration goes beyond powerful speeches and taking a minute to bow our heads to those veterans who have laid down their life for their country.